Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Nigerians were shocked when they woke up and heard that Daily Farantime, the human rights activist, had been arrested. We are still, grasping to understand really the dynamics of what is going on. Of course, his book has become a bestseller, world bestseller. We are still trying to understand all the dynamics that is involved, and the likes of Sowore and other Nigerians have made up their mind that come the 10th of December, they will be storming the AGF's office and, of course, the chambers of Ife Babalola to, protest their displeasure against the detention of Daily Farantime, the human rights activist. We are still trying to understand that right now. Deji Adeyanju is the next. Question is, what is going on? I'm going to find out what it is he has done and why Nigerians or I seem to be now on the human rights activists. Before we go to the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, Else.Damagum, the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), has threatened to sue Deji Adeyanju, a lawyer and a rights activist, over allegations bordering on defamation. Also, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, the acting national secretary of PDP, threatened to drag Adeyanju to court on civil and criminal litigations over the alleged defamatory remarks. Damagum and Anyanwu, through their counsel, Johnson Osman, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, asked Adeyanju to retract the statement, tender apology in national dailies and other social media platforms to avert the looming legal tussle. The PDP chair and secretary made this known in two separate letters, and the acknowledged copies made available to newsmen today. Now, while Damagum's letter was dated and received on the 4th of December 2024 by Adeyanju, Anyanwu's letter was also dated and received on December 5th, 2024. One of the letters was titled, Demand for the immediate retraction of the defamatory statement made against Ambassador Omar Damagum, the acting national chairman of PDP, on social media platforms, with a call for a corresponding apology. Now, the letter signed by Israel Uja, a lawyer in the law firm of Usman, had alleged that Adeyanju intentionally made some inflammatory and derogatory remarks against the persons of Damagum and Anyanwu. The letter said it was done. The lawyer said it was done particularly with the underhanded motive of disparaging and assassinating the duo's reputation before their teaming supporters, party members, and other members of the society whose estimation of them was very high and admirable. Oja accused Adeyanju of describing the PDP national chair on a podcast interview as a tea man who goes to serve tea in Femi Gbajabiamela's house. The lawyer equally alleged that Adeyanju described Anyanwu as a kilishi man who goes to serve kilishi at the residence of the chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamela, in the interview. Oja said Adeyanju in the interview said, this current PDP is in the pocket of Nyesom Wike at the national level. Oja further accused Adeyanju of alleging that Damagum and Anyanwu had failed to lead PDP as a credible opposition party in the country. By the tenor of your unsubstantiated and defamatory publication, you went on to discourage the members of the public from patronizing and holding our clients in trust. You clothed him with the toga of being a tea server, an infantile personality who is not worthy of any political validation and patronage. We wish to remind you that your right to freedom of speech does not extend to the prism of your catalogue of the unwarranted verbal onslaught against the person of our client. Your narrative regarding the PDP national chairman serving tea at Femi Gbajabiamila's residence is a figurative critique of the perceived lack of strong opposition from People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the current government. By necessary implication, all these statements were intentionally made by you to drop our client's popularity amongst his teaming supporters and party members, and to also stain his political career's ambition. Your defamatory statement have exposed our clients to serious political embarrassment, psychological trauma, and unquantifiable humiliation. We are not unmindful of the fact that your distasteful remarks were sponsored by our client's political opponent, and bearing in mind your selfish interest, it is against the above background that we hereby demand an immediate retraction of the above defamatory statement, that is the podcast interview made against our client on various social media within 3 days, 72 hours of the receipt of this letter. We further demand that your retraction should be accompanied by a statement of apology to be published in the national dailies and other social media. Failure on your part to toe the path of honor in this regard, we shall be left with no option but to explore the available remedies in protecting our client's constitutional rights within the legal parameters. This shall include both civil and criminal litigations. Take final notice that this last resort shall be without further notice to you, and it shall be done with all the attendant publicity. A word, they say, is enough for the wise, Oja concluded in one of his letters. Those are the words of the solicitors of both Else.Damagum and, of course, the person of Anyanwu. The both of them are coming together to sue Adeyanju. It's getting very interesting because, the truth be told, when I heard that story of kilishi, sorry to say this, it's so hilarious. As in, imagine a grown man serving kilishi, and just imagine Damagum. I know it's figurative anyway. Imagine a whole Damagum, a national chair of a main opposition party, serving tea to the chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. It is not only hilarious, it's worrisome, but I also know that he is not really serving tea in that contest of serving tea, but it's a case of saying that they are not strong enough to be a better opposition. And it's good to know that the legal team of Else.Damagum and Anyanwu know that it's figurative. But there's something they said that's quite unique, which is the fact that they said that that this whole thing is being sponsored by their opponents. The question is, who could it be? And because they didn't mention opponent, could it be they're referring to, just assuming now, could it be they're referring to Atiku? Or are they referring to, because it has to be somebody, either somebody within PDP, it can't be somebody within APC. But when you say it's being sponsored, I think just one person that speaks his mind all the time. But, even Peter Obi himself is not spared. He would tell Peter Obi is one of them. They are the same thing. So I don't know if it's being sponsored, but you can't rule it out. This is Nigeria, this is politics. But that's, we can wrap it up. Let's meet in that conversation. Also take. Do have it.